How do you find out what businesses are paying for ads or paying for leads? In this video, I'm going to talk about that. And I want to explain really quick where that fits into the process and why that's even relevant. If you're watching this video, this is the first video you're watching, you might be going, why in the world would that matter? As part of the process of doing this business model, what we do is after we've picked our city and our niche, we've decided, hey, we're going to go into concrete in Fort Smith, Arkansas, right? Just randomly came to my head. The next step that we want to do, and we decided that's a good area. It's not super competitive. Everything fits the bill, the niche, everything's good. The city looks good. The very next step is we got to look and we got to build a list of business owners. We got to find out, are there enough business owners in that city that we're going to have a good chance of finding somebody hungry enough to want to pay us $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 per month. And the way that we do that is we build a list of business owners already paying for advertising, already paying for Google Ads, Angie's List, Home Advisor, etc. And that is literally them raising their hand saying, hey, I am sold on marketing. I am sold on paying for leads. I am sold on advertising. Okay. We already know they're sold on the thing that we're selling. Now we just have to go in and show them how ours is better or ours is additionally good to what they're already doing. That's it. We only have to do half the sale. And so a lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but I occasionally have had people ask, how do you know who's paying for ads? How can you find that information out? It's very simple, okay? You go and you find the main keywords, okay? So let's use an example. Let's say tree service. You got your main keywords. How do I know my main keywords? Because I know how to find it. I know how to build a keyword list. These are all things that I teach inside my program. Let's use tree service. Let's use tree service, tree removal, tree trimming, tree service company. Those are four of the top keywords, okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to clear my browsing history. I'm going to open an incognito window and I'm going to search tree service, Fort Smith AR. Tree service, Fort Smith tree service. And then I'm going to look. I'm going to look at the very top of Google, the very, very top of Google. And you're going to see in this little teeny box, it's going to say ad. Okay. This is above the maps. Now be careful. If you don't see it, you're going to go, oh, shoot, go to the bottom and look and see if there's ads at the bottom. Another thing that you got to look for is sometimes in the map section, that local, Google local or the GMB or the GBP, the Google business profiles, I keep changing the name. You'll see sometimes there's a fourth listing and it will say ad. You got to watch really closely. This is how you find out who's paying for Google ads. Okay. You'll also see the exact same thing. You won't see that local ad with Home Advisor, but you will see sometimes ads for Home Advisor occasionally. And then what you're going to do is if you can't find, or maybe you find 2 or 3 people that are paying for Google ads, great. You're like, oh man, there's only a few. Let's see who else. Next thing you can do is you can go and look at the organic listings under the map and you can see who is listed with Home Advisor. Who are there? If you click on the Home Advisor link, who are the companies that pop up? They had to pay money to be on that Home Advisor platform. Now, the only tricky part with Home Advisor and with Angie's List is if you find them on those sites, it means at some point they paid money to be there, but it does not necessarily mean that they are currently paying. And so you just have to understand that, hey, maybe this person was trying it out, but they're not currently paying. Maybe this person is currently paying. It's just something that you have to be aware of as you're discussing with the business owner so that you can get to the bottom of it, okay? But either way, whether they're paying now or they were paying in the past, they paid money, which means that they believe in advertising. Now, my favorite are the people that are paying for Google ads. Those are my favorite to target because they're paying for clicks, not paying for leads. Then Home Advisor, then Angie's List, okay? This is how I find these out. Now, I know that there are people out there that they're like, hey, why don't you just go to Home Advisor and you should submit to have somebody come or to give you quotes, whatever, in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I don't like that strategy because it just feels shady to me. I have no intention of using that service. It's costing them money. And imagine if somebody was trying to sell something to you and you knew they clicked on your ad to cold call you. Wouldn't you be pissed? So I'm not ever a fan of doing that. The only time I'm a fan of that is if it's in my hometown, it's a service that I plan on selecting a company to do. Let's say I want my carpets cleaned. I will go and do that. And because I know full well I'm going to select one of the companies that comes out to my house, or I'm going to get my carpets cleaned, and therefore they're not actually wasting money. So I'm not a big fan of submitting as a fake buyer. Just doesn't resonate well with me. but I will go and I'll look at who's listed on HomeAdvisor. And guys, this is how I build my list. We look at the Google ads, top, bottom, and in the maps. We look at page 2. We go to the next keyword. Boom, boom, boom. Again, as a reminder, clear your browsing history, open an incognito window, and search the keyword plus the city and the state abbreviation. This is, and it's a little bit manual, this is how I find who is paying for ads.